Are you in a verbally abusive relationship? Hi, I'm Sharon Pope, and today we're going to be talking about verbal abuse inside of relationships. If you are not familiar with me, I am the love and relationship coach for women that are struggling inside of their disconnected marriages and trying to figure out whether they can stay and make it work, or if the only answer is to go. If you like what you hear on this channel, I hope you'll subscribe. This week we are talking about whether or not you are in a verbally abusive relationship. The type of women that I tend to attract to my coaching practice are typically strong, driven, sometimes type A sorts of women. It's very difficult for them to even wrap their minds around that they would be in an abusive relationship, because that's just not something that they would identify with. I want to share one of the stories of one of my clients with you. So she was telling me about how every week she and her husband would go to marriage counseling together, and because it felt like a safe environment, they would both sort of share their issues in that environment, which I think is completely healthy. However, then they would drive home, and when they would get home, there would be this blow up argument of where he is berating her, calling her names, yelling, telling her that she is a horrible person and a bad wife, and just spewing a lot onto her. And the more this happened consistently, and he would blame her for everything that was wrong in his life. It was always somehow her fault, and he would do it through yelling. So that is, in fact, verbal abuse. This woman has a PhD. She is way more intelligent than I am. She has so much going for her, and yet she is in a verbally abusive relationship because she doesn't recognize it as abuse. So the other day I asked her, I said, so this is what he's doing. When he's doing that, let's say it wasn't words that he was throwing at you. Let's say it was punches. Would that be okay with you? And she was like, no, that would not be okay. Of course it wouldn't be okay. Then why is it okay that he's hitting you with words in that way? That he can't control his anger and rage and emotions enough to be able to have emotionally mature conversations with you? That's not okay to have that done consistently. I mean, clearly we all get in arguments sometimes. But when it's always like that, yelling at you, calling you names, degrading you, raising your voice, even to the point where you get a little scared and you might want to shut down, that in fact is verbal abuse. And it's not okay. It's not okay if it's punches. It's not okay if it's words. So don't ignore those particular signs. I also asked this client of mine, if your daughter was in a relationship that mirrored what yours looks like and feels like, how would you feel about that? I don't have to tell you what she said, because you would say the same thing. I would hate it. I would never want her to be in a relationship like that. I would pull out all the stops and warn her and try to save her, and because you love her, right? And so why would that not be okay for your daughter, but somehow it's okay treatment for you? I hope that that was helpful for you to understand whether or not what you're experiencing is verbal abuse or something else. So if you like what you hear on this channel and you find it helpful, I hope you'll subscribe. Don't forget to hit the red bell in the upper right corner, because then you'll get notified every time I come up with a new video and I load it on the channel. If you want to download my ebook, Stay or Go, How to Find Confidence and Clarity so you can either fix your marriage or move forward without regret, that is the link to get that book is in the notes on the video page here on YouTube. Take good care.